Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am very picky. I'm just a very picky person. In general, I feel like I'm a very particular person. I know how I like things. I know the way that I like things. I know what I like. I know what I don't like, you know what I mean? So that is often translated into what I read. Definitely, 100%. When I read books, I am also very picky. So, a majority of the time, the reviews or star ratings that I give out to books are often 3 stars. If it's 2 stars, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I thought it was bad. If it's 1 star, it's actual garbage in my eyes. If it's 3 stars, it was just fine. It was just fine. 4 stars is I really liked this book. It was really good, but I had a little bit of problems with it. I had some issues with it, but still really loved it. 5 stars is not something that I give out very often. I don't just hand out 5-star reviews to books. I don't just do that. I can't do that. I'm, like I said, very picky. A lot of the times when I really like a book, it gets a 4-star for me because 5 stars is just, I can't do it. It's just really hard for me to give out 5-star reviews. I don't know why. So I've compiled a short list, because I can't make it any bigger, of books that I am genuinely predicting and really hoping are going to be 5-star reads for me. I need more 5-star reads. You know what I mean? It's just so disappointing when you read, so many books, book after book after book, and they're all 3 stars. Because it's just I'm not going to remember any of these books in, a year. I'm going to forget about them because they were meh for me. So, really disappointing. So, yes, let's get right into it. The first book is one that I've already started reading. I'm about halfway through it. I've been listening to the audiobook for a few months now, but that's because 1, it's a long-ass book, and 2, I don't really like audiobooks at all. So it's just a really long book in audiobook form is going to take me a really long time to finish because I don't like audiobooks in general, but that is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I'm kind of on the fence about how I think I'm going to feel by the end of it. Like I said, I am halfway through, so there's a lot that could happen from this point forward. I mean, there's already a lot that's happened up until halfway, so I think that a lot of shit's gonna go down, and I think it's gonna be good. I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I think it's gonna be entertaining. I've heard that a lot of people say that this story is incredibly sad, and I'm not really there yet. So, I mean, things that are happening in the story thus far are sad, but not to the point where I'm like, oh my god, this is so tragic. Wow, what a sad story. So I'm waiting for that to come. I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm waiting to get that emotional punch in the face and be like, oh my god, I'm so sad. I'm predicting this is going to be a 5-star read. I'm really hoping it is. I'm going to be really disappointed if I do end up giving it 4 stars, but I don't know. I see in the future that it could very well be either or. 4 or 5 stars, but I'm leaning more towards the 5 because I just have this feeling that some shit's gonna go down, I feel like some shit's gonna go down, and it's gonna make it a 5-star. It already is, about a 5-star, I would say. So, yes, really excited to finally finish this. Don't know when that's gonna be, but hopefully soon, and it'll hopefully be 5 stars. The next book I think I should just get out of the way because everybody on BookTube has seen this book. They know this book. We all know this book. Either you've read the book or you haven't. Everybody understands what's going on. With this book, it is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I feel like this could be the same as Anna Karenina, but I'm leaning more on the 5-star side because I tend to gravitate to books that make you sad. I don't know why I do that. Maybe I just have issues. But I mentioned this in a previous video that recently I noticed that I basically have no happy books on my bookshelves. All of the books on my bookshelves are either serious in some kind of way, they're dramatic, or they're just sad, or they're scary. I don't really have anything that's just like fun and happy and like a good time. And I need more books like that, but also I still gravitate towards books like this, where like people are like, you will cry. This will destroy you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to read it now. But I'm also really scared to read this because, yes, where people say that it's really sad and like you're gonna cry and it's gonna devastate you, and that interests me, like that already makes me want to read it. I'm also scared too because I've seen a lot of people, they're like, no, you are not going to get it until you read it. Like, you will be devastated. Like, this book will tear your life apart. And again, I'm like, what? Is it really going to, though? Like, is it really going to tear my life apart? I don't know. I don't know. And it's not even a case of, like, FOMO. Like, there is a little bit of FOMO, and I know that that's, like, I feel like that shouldn't really be appropriate for a book like this. I mean, I don't really know. I haven't read it, but I have seen that kind of discussion going around where it's like, you should not feel like you're missing out on something like this because this is just a hard story to read, apparently, and it's just not for the faint of heart, and it's a traumatic story to read. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, obviously I do want to understand, but I want to understand everything surrounding this book more so because I already gravitate towards books that are emotional and sad and devastating. I don't know why. I like when books make me cry, okay? I like to feel something. And I think that this is going to make me feel something. So I'm predicting it's going to be a 5-star read, but I have seen a lot of people give it 4 stars, but I've also seen a lot of people give it 5. So it seems to be like 50-50 between 4 and 5 stars, but because I already tend to gravitate towards books that are going to make you cry and sad and feel something, I think I'm going to give it 5. So we will see. Hoping to get to this book sometime this year. Not right now, because right now, I am not wanting to read something that's going to make me cry. Right now in my life, I just want to read something happy, something that's going to make me smile, and I don't think this book is going to do that. So, yes. We're going to put this on hold for a minute, maybe get to it in like a couple months, but by then, we'll see how I feel about it. We'll see if it's a 5-star read. I think it's going to be, but we will see. The next book I've seen kind of floating around on BookTube and people talking about it and hyping it up, and I've just heard amazing reviews about it across the board, and that is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. This is a memoir about her abusive relationship that she lived through and experienced, and I'm already interested in reading it from that because when it comes to relationships and abusive relationships, I feel like for a lot of people it's hard sometimes to put yourself completely in somebody else's shoes that has experienced something like that without having experienced something like that or something similar, and that goes for any kind of traumatic experience. I feel like there's just so much surrounding abusive relationships that a lot of people just don't understand if they haven't personally experienced an abusive relationship, and not only that, it can also be hard to understand it for the same reasons. So I feel like it'll be really interesting to read something very personal, something so close to the author about their relationship that they experienced. I mean, you as the reader, you're reading through the eyes of the author experiencing this. It's not the same as if you were to watch a movie with an abusive relationship. You're just watching it. You know what I mean? When you're reading about it, it's like you're living through that experience, and so it's easier to understand, therefore, how to empathize fully and properly and really put yourself in people's shoes with others that have experienced abuse in real life. Not only that, apparently this memoir is not written like a traditional memoir. I don't really know what that means, but I'm really interested to see what that means and how that changes the reading experience. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm hoping to get to it kind of in the near future. Again, I just want to read something happy right now, so this doesn't seem very happy. But yes, hopefully within the next like couple months or so I can get to this, and hopefully it'll be a 5-star read for me. I've seen so many 5-star reviews about this book, so I don't think that'll be any different for me, but maybe it will be because I'm super picky. But I don't think it will be. I really have high expectations for this book, and I honestly, genuinely feel like they will meet them, but I don't know. We will see. The next book I am kind of scared to read. I'm kind of intimidated by it just because I am. I don't know. It is The Godfather by Mario Puzo. This is obviously a very famous movie, which I've not seen. I think there's 3 of them. I think there's 3 Godfather movies. I haven't seen any of them, so me being someone who likes to read books more than watch movies, and especially likes to read the books before watching its film adaptation, I wanted to read this before I watched the movie, because I don't know, I'm annoying like that, but I'm excited to read it. Obviously, if the movie is as amazing as everybody says it is, I'm hoping the book is as well. I've heard that the movie follows the book pretty well, and then the other movies kind of start to divert a little bit from the book story. I have no idea how accurate that is, clearly, but if that is true, the book must be good. You know what I mean? All I know about this book is that there's like the mafia, and it's like a mafia story. So I'm excited to read it. Hopefully I like it. Hopefully it's a 5-star read. Because of the movie, I have particularly high expectations for it, and I haven't even seen the movie, but like, I'm expecting to like it. I don't know. I hope I like the movie. I hope I like this book. I have a feeling it will be a 5 stars. I really hope it will be 5 stars. I feel like this is the one that I'm kind of like, ugh, I don't know, just because I haven't seen the movie and I'm solely basing my predictions of this book on the movie and like other people's opinions of the movie. Again, don't think this book is that happy. Don't think so. Will I read it like in the near future? Probably not. But I'm hoping to get to it relatively soon, within the next like couple months. And then we will see. We will see. The last and final book on this list is probably the one that I know the least about, and that's just that. It is American Pastoral by Philip Roth. This was recommended to me by my mom. That's not why I think it's going to be 5 stars. That's just a fun fact. I don't know what it is about this book. It just gives me 5-star vibes. You know what I mean? I look at it and I'm like, I think I'm really gonna like that. I just do. The only thing that I know about this book, and I don't even know how accurate it is I think it's about some like all-around family American guy. Just an all-around, your standard man. Your American man, you know? Man guy, man dude, whose teenage daughter commits an act of political terrorism, and then chaos ensues? Don't know. Not sure. Again, don't know how accurate that is. It sounds interesting. It sounds great. It sounds like a lot of chaos. And that sounds exciting, you know? Again, just something about it. It's just telling me that it's going to be a 5-star read. And I don't know if that's true, but I feel it, you know? I look at it and I'm like, 5 stars. I could rate it right now. Don't even have to read it. I could just go rate it right now, 5 stars. Watch me read this and hate it. Like, that is the fear, you know? When you start reading a book and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna eat this up. It's gonna be a new fave. And then you read it and you're like, this is garbage. That is the true fear here. Really scared about that. But I just have a really strong feeling this is gonna be 5 stars. I don't know. I really just, I'm hoping, you know, hanging on to hope. I have this feeling and I'm gonna go with it. And I think that's great. You know, American Pastoral, please live up to my expectations. Well, that's it. That's the end of the list. Those are the books that I am expecting and hoping and predicting will be 5 stars. They very well might not be 5 stars. I have a feeling that at least one book out of this list I honestly won't even like. Like, I just will not enjoy it at all, and it'll be like 2 stars. That's scary. I don't know which one it would be, though. I feel like out of any of them, it would be American Pastoral. I'll have to read all of them within the year, and then later on make a video updating on if they were 5 stars, if they ended up being 5 stars. That would be fun. I'm gonna do that. If you've read any of these books, let me know what you rated them, how you felt about them. I'd love to know. But that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time.